Whatever. Um. Uh. What's cracking? What's cracking, yo? What it be like? What it done did? What it's doing? What it done did? Uh. What it's doing? Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Smash that like button, man. We got a great show, man. Great, great show. Great show for you guys, man. Everybody hit that like button, man. You gonna get it cracking, man. I'm gonna drop the link shortly, man. Mm. Salute to everybody out there. Couch Malo in the building. KB Killer in the building. WGF 54 in the building. Tom Space in the building. Shut out. Mm. Douglas Chunks took a girl from LA in 2000. Took her to Venice Beach. Saw a corpse fished out of water. She was fascinated. I was thinking, I didn't miss LA, huh? Yeah, man. Yeah. Got a lot of corpses here tonight on this show, man.
Loved ones, they're remembering a Racine woman caught in the middle of a shootout overnight. The 37-year-old died near 11th and Washington.
Friends and family say she was headed out when gunfire erupted. Fox 6's Ashley Sears is in the newsroom and explains police are still looking for those responsible.
Yeah, Kim, Shayla Davis Bell was out with her best friend. They were standing outside of a car in Racine when the 37-year-old was shot. Police say she was an innocent bystander caught in the middle of gunfire.
As we remember Shayla.
Hours after tragedy, loved ones come together in a spot that has caused them so much pain.
And they took somebody that was great. They took somebody that's great.
Remembering a life taken suddenly by gun violence. Shortly after 12:30 Tuesday morning, gunfire erupted on the corner of 11th and Washington in Racine.
Her last words to me was, "They shot me, friend."
Deja Bradley was with her.
Salute to Big Larry. Big Larry's in the building, man. Let me run that back.
After 12:30 Tuesday morning, gunfire erupted on the corner, taken suddenly by gun violence. Shortly after 12:30,
they got a crazy dude just walking around with no shirt on.
Tuesday morning, gunfire erupted on the corner of 11th and Washington in Racine.
Her last words to me was, "They shot me, friend."
Deja Bradley was with her best friend, Shayla Davis Bell, dancing outside of their car when their happiness turned to fear. They were caught.
Damn, that's crazy. They just having a good time, man. Hanging out. And some niggas start shooting. And next thing you know, damn. Jesus Christ, man.
Outside of their car when their happiness turned to fear. They were caught in the middle of people shooting at each other.
That's gonna forever be marked in my head, in my mind. They shot me, friend. They shot me, friend.
Neighbors say in recent weeks the area has been plagued with violence.
It's been mass chaos over here in this neighborhood when it was quiet and peaceful.
Police say already in July there have been 2 homicides, 6 people injured by gun violence in Racine. City leaders came together Tuesday with a message for those responsible.
We're going to find you. We're going to prosecute you. And if you're found guilty, you're going to go to jail.
Everyone here hopes that's true as they remember a 37-year-old mother who now leaves behind a 6-year-old daughter, trying to understand the tragedy from overnight.
This did not stop, period. She ain't gone, she right here.
Police are asking anyone who may have any video or information about this.
Racine, a little town in Milwaukee.
New video of a police chase and a fatal shooting involving officers in Racine. This happened back in May and comes as the county district attorney determines no criminal charges will be filed.
First off, man, I want to give a thanks to all the white men that police these neighborhoods, man. Police these jungles. These fucking nigger jungles, man. Y'all don't have to do it, man. And you shouldn't do it. A white man should not risk his life policing these jungles and protecting and serving and responding to service calls in these areas. White man should be like, fuck that. Straight up, fuck that. I ain't fucking with them niggas. I ain't over there with them niggas.
Will be filed. The suspect, Marlon Anderson, held a gun to his head as he got out of the car there and ended up being shot and killed by officers. This started seconds earlier when Anderson drove away from officers. They were trying to take him into custody for a domestic violence incident earlier that day. A number of high-profile cases are going through court today.
First up, the man accused of killing his 4-year-old son. Cash bond set at $250,000 for this man. That's 34-year-old Ralph Taylor Jr. on your screen now in the lower right. Prosecutors say Taylor shot and killed his own son, then lied to police, saying the shot came from outside of his house. In the criminal complaint, prosecutors say there was evidence that the gun had been placed in the boy's mouth before being fired. Taylor.
How much is his bond? What was his bond for that?
4-year-old son. Cash bond set at $250,000 for this man.
$250,000 bond. for putting a gun in your kid's mouth and blowing his head off. Jeez.
In the boy's mouth before being fired. Taylor will be back in court next week for his preliminary hearing. And the man accused of kidnapping a pregnant Beaver Dam teenager pleaded not guilty today. That is 40-year-old Gary Day walking in the court today, just arraigned in Dodge County Court. He's charged with child enticement and abduction following a months-long Amber Alert. Police eventually located her and him at a gas station in Nebraska back in April. Court documents show the 40-year-old is the father of the teenager's unborn child. The case is expected to go to trial.
The Rufus King High School teacher charged with sexual misconduct strikes a plea deal. Today, Erica Elmeg Ranke pleaded guilty to 2 counts against her. She was initially sentenced to 42 months in prison, but that sentence was stayed in place of probation. Now, as part of her conditional probation, Ranke will spend 6 months at the Community Reintegration Center on Huber's release. After that, she's expected to serve another 18 months probation. She was also ordered to pay more than $3,000 in restitution to 3 different people.
A Black woman who moved from the U.S. to Russia to escape discrimination and racism revealed on social media that the...
Think about how dumb that is. A Black woman who left the U.S. for Russia to escape discrimination. Bitch, you wasn't feeling no discrimination, you dumbass. You fucking idiot. You weren't facing any discrimination in the United States, you fucking shit stain, you asshole. You fucking asshole. Oh, a Black woman escaped the U.S. You fucking asshole. You weren't just facing no kind of discrimination. Asshole. These sisters are assholes, man.
A Black woman who moved from the U.S. to Russia to escape discrimination and racism revealed on social media that the entire plan backfired on her in a disturbing way. Francine Villa was born in Russia but moved to the U.S. with her family when she was a kid. In a heartbreaking video, Francine claims that both she and her baby were brutally attacked by racist neighbors in Moscow. She detailed the alleged assault on Instagram. Now, the fact of the attack...
Bitch, we can't understand what the fuck you saying. And how the fuck we know that shit was racist? You sisters be doing shit, man. Fuck you. I don't even want to see your story, you fucking ass.
New video of a police chase and a fatal shooting.
You left the United States because of discrimination. Where? Where the fuck is there any discrimination anywhere? You fucking asshole. Let's move on.
After nearly 2 months of searching, the family of 16-year-old Manny Collins has some heartbreaking answers tonight.
The teen went missing back in May, and today authorities confirmed that they had found his remains. Manny was last seen in Columbia Heights near the intersection of 49th Avenue and University Avenue Northeast. But for weeks, the search was focused on a landfill in Elk River. It's about 30 miles away. That is where his remains were ultimately found. Lou Ragoose leads us off tonight with the latest in this case. Lou?
Rena and Lauren, so far there have been no arrests, but now that the search for Manny Collins is over, this is officially a homicide investigation.
While conducting landfill search this past weekend, a human body was located.
The outcome no one wanted, but everyone feared once the search for 16-year-old Jordan Manny Collins Jr.
So they searched the landfill for this nigga. This is the second story, right? We seen in a couple of days where they done searched the landfill for a missing nigga, right? If I'm not mistaken. Right? Black people always claim that don't nobody care when they end up missing. Tell that to the people that was digging through that trash and shit looking for your ass. Or looking for your loved one. You niggas are fucking goddamn. I don't know how. Listen, I don't know how people deal with y'all, man. If that nigga was, if this was an all black country, that nigga could have been around the corner in some bushes, and niggas wouldn't have found him for fucking 6 years. Press 1.
Arrest, but now that the search for Manny Collins is over, this is officially a homicide investigation.
While conducting landfill search this past weekend, a human body was located.
The outcome no one wanted, but everyone feared once the search for 16-year-old Jordan Manny Collins Jr. zeroed in on the landfill 4 weeks ago.
And sadly, the body has been identified as belonging to Manny Collins.
Manny was last known to be alive on May 8th, when he was seen in the neighborhood of 49th Avenue and University Avenue in Columbia Heights. That's where Manny's father, Jordan Collins Sr., has an apartment. I asked if he's cooperating with police.
We're still talking to Jordan Collins Sr., so yes.
Anoka County Sheriff Brad Wise revealed for the first time exactly what led them to search the landfill in Elk River.
We were offered information that led to a video, and that video showed some evidence that would suggest the body might have made its way into a dumpster and into a garbage truck.
The garbage truck loaded that dumpster June 13th, Sheriff Wise said, one day after Manny's mother reported him missing. Waste Management geofences the trash in their landfill and gave investigators a specific cell to search.
That cell was 200 feet by 200 feet by 4 feet compacted, so bigger than a football field.
Searchers continue sifting through the refuse for more evidence, having already
all over some nigga that was probably gonna get killed in the drive-by a month later if they would have if he wouldn't have died this way, he'd have died a month later in the drive-by. Over some nigga that probably got 1,000 videos of him fucking dissing people, dead ops online and threatening motherfuckers to pull up and dropping motherfuckers addies and shit. All these motherfuckers searching through this fucking landfill for some nigga that probably hate white people guts. Shout out to CA, man. CA in the building, man. CA, long time no see. Hella crazy, man.
Investigators a specific cell to search.
That cell was 200 feet by 200 feet by 4 feet compacted, so bigger than a football field.
Searchers continue sifting through the refuse for more evidence, having already put in a total of 10,000 work hours across the 30 agencies involved.
I assure you it's a sobering experience to work in a landfill like that only to discover someone else's child.
Now, the sheriff says they still do have a person of interest in this case. No indication how soon an arrest could come, but he says that they're still awaiting some forensic test results to come back, and they are particularly interested in the findings from the medical examiner when they're finally able to make a cause of death ruling. Now, Manny's mom has been very vocal throughout this whole ordeal, but she has not made any public comments yet since the tragic news. Back to you.
Lou, they said they were talking to the father, but has anyone else heard from him publicly?
You know, he has not made any public comments. He didn't respond to any of my phone calls today, but as you heard the sheriff say, they have been speaking with him, so at least they have a direct line of communication.
All right, Lou. Thank you.
I miss my mommy, and I killed you.
Precious little girl. And now a story you'll only see on your newsleader. The 6-year-old girl who was wounded during a deadly triple shooting last Friday in Tunica County is speaking out. That little girl was released from Le Bonheur Children's Hospital today.
Brave little girl.
Hello, I'm Greg Hurst.
I'm Stephanie Skurlock. WREG's Brian Didlake spoke with her and the family after she received a special convoy of police escorts all the way home.
I miss her so much. God love everybody. Amen.
Sending a prayer to her mother, Nigeria Jude, Marlasia Braxton is now back home with her grandparents in Coahoma County, Mississippi. Braxton released from Labana Children's Hospital earlier today after she, her mother, and her half-brother were shot this past Friday by her father, Markello Braxton. Jude died, but Marlasia and her brother, Marquavius, survived. He was released over the weekend. Tunica County Sheriff's Office, alongside deputies from the Shelby, DeSoto, and Coahoma County, escorted Marlasia home. The drive going through 4 counties with a handoff of the family through each county.
Oh, it made me feel so good, made me had to cry for all the love they showed around him by my house.
Officers say Marlasia's father, Markello Braxton, died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound, his body found in a field. With both parents now gone, the family says Marlasia will be safe, but the reality of the loss of her mother, Nigeria, still stings.
She was a great person, inside and out. I mean, she had a smile to light up the room.
That's a woman. Manny Fresh. That's the Manny Fresh edition. That's a woman right there, man.
Inside and out. I mean, she had a smile to light up the room in every dim space or place.
The family also sent out a statement emphasizing mental health and the need to take domestic violence seriously. WRG Digging Deeper found that there were 7 domestic disturbance calls made to the Tunica County Sheriff's Office involving Nigeria and Braxton. The first call was July 28th, 2015, and the most recent call came on March 10th of this year.
The support is very necessary, and the support is very special, and it much needed.
Today, however, the family says their focus is on Marlasia and remembering a mother who made anyone feel at home.
Everyone who came across her became family with her. You know, it wasn't a friend, it was blood. So, long live my girl.
In Coahoma County, Mississippi, for your news leader.
This scene plays out so many times every day in Blackistan. It's insane, man. Salute to all you guys. Salute to everybody here, man. Everyone hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's like ring, ding, dong. Ding, 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 dong. Keep your heads ringing. With fucking murder. Salute to Deluxe 247, a.k.a. Cal Ripken, a.k.a. the real MVP, coming through once again.
Brian Ditley, WREG, Channel 3.
Well, 3 men are in custody after Irvine police say they committed what is known as bank jugging, a nationwide trend where victims are targeted after they withdraw cash at a bank. KTLA's Orange County Bureau Chief Chip Yost is live in Irvine to explain. Hi, Chip.
Happened while police had these suspects under surveillance, and the arrests were caught on video. Irvine police say these 3 men being arrested outside a Seal Beach bank Tuesday are suspects in a nationwide crime trend known as bank jugging, or put more simply, bank following.
What that usually entails are suspects would go to a parking lot of a local bank, do surveillance on who's coming in and out of the building, but they're specifically looking for people who are carrying cash. And they're looking for something obvious, like someone walking out with cash in an envelope or a banker's bag.
Irvine police say they first started following Maurice James, Samuel Polite, and Javon Matthews earlier this month after tying them to 2 Irvine car burglaries in which the victims had just withdrawn money from a bank. As they watched them go from bank to bank around Orange County Tuesday, police say they caught them in the act in Seal Beach.
At one point in the city of Seal Beach, they followed the expedition, and one of the occupants exited the vehicle quickly and smashed a window of a nearby parked vehicle, grabbed a banker's bag, and tried to flee. Our detectives were able to stop them shortly after and detain 3 individuals who were placed under arrest. All 3 of them were from the state of Texas.
As you heard, all three of those folks were from Texas. And one of the interesting parts of this involves the license plate reading technology they have here in Irvine and in other cities. This car they were driving originally had Texas plates, but as a lot of criminals do, they switched the plates, allegedly switched the plates with some stolen plates that they stole off of a car here in Irvine. But here's the key. The person who had their plate stolen in Irvine called the police department, reported the plate stolen, so they were looking for those plates on some of their license plate readers, and that's one of the ways they were able to figure out and tie these three guys to these burglaries here in Irvine and eventually get surveillance on them and arrest them in Seal Beach, is because they had the stolen plates in the system. That came up. They were able to link those stolen plates to this other case and the Texas truck and the Texas plates. So the key, or the kind of the takeaway to residents, is if you get your license plate stolen, report it to police right away, because it could be your license plates are being used in a crime, and that could help police find the suspects. Reporting here in Irvine, I'm Chip Yost, KTLA 5 News.
We begin KCAL News at 5 with breaking news and a double murder in Encino. A couple found shot to death in their home this morning. One of the victims was an executive on American Idol. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Pat Harvey.
And I'm Rudabeh Shabazi. Let's get right to KCAL News reporter Jeff Nguyen. He's live in Encino. And Jeff, just in the last hour, we learned an arrest was made.
That's right, Rudabeh and Pat. Let me tell you this, because police officers, the LAPD was called to this property last Thursday for what was believed to be a break-in. Now, officers say they were not able to get in for a couple of reasons. Take a look right behind me. They say that that wall there is just too high, and it's also fortified with spikes. And then yesterday, they were called back here for a welfare check. This time, they found 2 bodies inside, and today they arrested 22-year-old Raymond Budarian. Investigators cleared away brush and brought in a tracking dog Tuesday to the Encino home that American Idol music supervisor Robin Kay shared with her husband Thomas DeLuca, seen here.
Okay, so she's the American Idol executive.
Here in a photo from her Facebook account. The LAPD says a man and a woman were shot to death here. Is this them?
Yes.
Mauro Quintero cleans the couple's pool every Tuesday, but he wasn't able to get inside because of the murder investigation at the property. The company that produces American Idol.
Damn, Mauro got it. You done fucked up one of his clients, man. He mad as shit. That was a client, man. Now he got to replace this client, man.
Tuesday, but he wasn't able to get inside because of the murder investigation at the property. The company that produces American Idol sent out a statement that read in part, "We are devastated to hear of Robin and her dear husband Tom's passing. Robin has been a cornerstone of the American Idol family since 2009.
They were really nice people.
Last Thursday, neighbors reported seeing someone jump over this wall and called police. The LAPD says officers arrived here just before 5 p.m. They checked the property but did not see any signs of trouble. And because of this high wall that has spikes, officers couldn't get in. So a helicopter was launched. The air crew advised there was no evidence of a break-in or any sign of trouble, so the ground crew left. Then on Monday, the LAPD got a call for a welfare check. This time, the caller had the access code to get through the gate. Once inside, officers found the bodies.
I'm heartbroken.
Guy Cohen owns a security company. He says the couple called him in May when they had a break-in at the home.
We were aware that she's an American Idol producer, and we gave her all the options accordingly to make sure that she has what she needs to stay protected.
The LAPD says security cameras at the home and what they call biological evidence pointed to 22-year-old Raymond Budarian, who police say broke in to burglarize the home. Detectives say Budarian shot the couple multiple times after they came home and found him. Their friend Michael, who doesn't want to share his last name, says DeLuca, who's a songwriter, told him about another break-in they had here recently.
up and they up their security. They up the fence, the spikes on the fence. I think there's spikes on the other side of the fence, like if you jump down.
Cohen says he suggested a safe room and an infrared beam early detection system for the house. He provided an estimate, but the couple didn't move forward with the recommendations.
Super down to earth. They didn't have many valuables.
I'm mostly in shock because they're just such great people. I mean, they help people, you know. They spend their time and money being kind to others and animals as well.
The LAPD was able to arrest 22-year-old Raymond Budarian at his home in Encino. They say he did not put up a fight. He has been booked for murder. Reporting live in Encino, Jeff Nguyen, KCAL.
Wow, I want to see that. I want to see that, man. I want to see what the fuck happened for real, man. Hold on. This is a big. This is. I said her and her husband were killed home, and they got the guy. What? We have a picture of the guy. Is there a picture of the guy who whacked out these two producers, man? I mean, this. I said. Let's see. Do we have a picture of that guy? Cold-blooded. Is this Raymond Budarian? Okay, so this is an old picture of the guy. He's a fucking hombrito, man. God damn it. That's crazy. And hombrito killed the producer, an executive of American Idol. That's so poetic, man. A damn hombrito kills a executive of American Idol. Wow. Wonder why he killed him. I wonder why, man. Why'd you do it, Raymond? Raymond Budarian. Why'd you do it? Why'd you do it, Raymond Budarian? Why'd you do it? Couple bucks. Why'd you do it, man? Let me drop the link, man. Let me drop the link. Why'd you do it, man? Why? We want answers, man. You weren't even supposed to be over here. Why'd you come to our great country and kill someone associated with one of our greatest shows? Edwin Budarian, you scumbag. They got a picture of him when he was 12. Ain't that a bitch? A picture of him when he was 12. Salute to everybody out there, man. Make sure you hit the like button. Continue to smash that like button. Continue to, if you're watching on X, man, you can come up. All my people watching on X, I'm gonna drop the link on X. You can come up if you got StreamYard. If you got StreamYard, you can come up. You figure deal me. You can come up and tell me what you do. How does fucking hombrito do that shit, man? Y'all keep coming to our country, man. Don't y'all got your own country? Yeah, damn it. This is a travesty, man. That little fucking Aztec killed these nice white people, man. Killed them. It's not right, man. The couple are believed to have been killed after walking in on a burglary suspect inside their $4.5 million Encino home on July 10th. It was discovered that a prior radio call had been generated for a possible burglary suspect at the residence on July 10th, 2025, at around 4 p.m., the LAPD said in the statement. The suspect is believed to have entered the home, which is heavily secured with a large wall and security cameras, through an unlocked door, police said. Jesus Christ. Police said after the couple returned home, a confrontation ensued, which resulted in the suspect taking their lives. The couples whose bodies were found in separate rooms, according to sources, were shot multiple times. Police said the suspect then fled on foot. Homicide investigators identified the suspect as Raymond Budarian, 22, reside in Encino. The killings appeared to be random, law enforcement said, with no connection between the victim and the suspect. The suspect in their slayings has a history of alleged criminal offenses, according to court records, including charges for battery, exhibiting a deadly weapon, and threatening to commit a crime with an intent to terrorize. Charges were later dismissed following hearings related to mental competency and conservatorship. He looked like an hombrito in the kid, but he grew up to be a white man. Ain't that something? That's a whole glider, man. That's a whole glider. That's a whole glider right there, man. That's an entire white man. White on white crime, man.
Tonight, a stabbing inside of a deli kills a 16-year-old girl. And tonight, we're learning what happened moments before the attack. Good evening. I'm Christine Johnson. Police say that they are looking for a female suspect who took off after that deadly stabbing that happened in the Bronx. Allie Bauman spoke with the young victim's family tonight in Williamsbridge.
Family holds each other devastated outside the Bronx deli where 16-year-old Aliyah Williams was killed Tuesday afternoon. Her grandmother came to the scene after leaving the hospital.
She's a nice person. She has manners. She listens to her parents. And she goes to school.
Police say around 4 p.m., Williams got into some kind of altercation with the female suspect at this deli on Boston Road near Mickle Avenue and was stabbed multiple times in her head and body.
Only thing I heard that two girls walk her down to the smoke shop. They have a confrontation and they stab her.
The suspect ran away before officers arrived. Investigators continued combing for evidence into the evening.
I never saw anything like that happen here. I've been here for almost 2 years. And 2 years that I live here, I never saw that happen.
It's scary, man, because there's kids down the block. There's kids at the school down the block. So, you know, even though school is out, man, it's scary because there's a lot of kids going back and forth here.
Her grandmother says Williams had texted her just this morning. Her life taken so suddenly and so young.
May her soul rest in peace and always be with us.
It's still unclear if the victim and the suspect knew each other before this altercation. Police are asking anyone with any information to call the NYPD. In the Williamsbridge section of the Bronx, Allie Bauman, CBS News, New York.
A man is dead.
Jeez.
A man is dead, hit and killed by a reckless driver in Milwaukee. Police say the driver was trying to escape police when he crashed into a bus stop. This happened Monday night at Fond du Lac and Sherman Boulevard on the city's north side. Jenna Ray talked with Maurice, David, and Hyro, who say this area is littered with crashes.
A year and some change later, have things gotten any better?
It's a question I knew I had to ask Maurice Wentz, the Fond du Lac Business Improvement District Director, who's seen his fair share of reckless drivers.
And I think it's the individuals behind the steering wheel that we need to focus on as it relates to crime prevention.
I talked with Maurice back in 2024 after a man died in a reckless driving crash near Sherman Park grocery store. His mission then remains the same now.
But we've got a lot more work to do as it relates to crime prevention and making sure that our folks and our residents are safe.
Other neighbors say
it's getting worse. If we don't do nothing about it, we're gonna lose our city. Because these young people don't care. They just drive and they don't care.
David saw the crash in Pursuit Monday night. Surveillance video shows a black sedan losing control at the intersection of Fond du Lac and Sherman Boulevard. We're pausing the video because it's graphic. The sedan, which is being chased by police, runs through the bus stop, hitting and killing the man waiting for the bus.
Yep, that's what we saw, yeah.
Seeing that again, what's your reaction to that?
That's terrible.
Oh, it is absolutely horrendous tragedy. Just incredibly sad for the individual that was involved and their family.
State data shows there have been 16 crashes since January at this intersection, an increase from 2023 and 2024, where there were 13 crashes in the same time frame.
What's your reaction to hearing that?
Well, my reaction is everyone, let's just be safe. Safe means drive not only for yourself, but drive for others.
But beyond those physical barriers, so to speak, as I said, I think it takes education and more police presence.
In Milwaukee, Jenna Ray, TMJ4 News.
Tonight, a mysterious overnight shooting left a 54-year-old flight attendant dead just steps away from her car in a quiet Lake Worth neighborhood. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office says the murder does not appear to be random. No word on a possible suspect.
Our investigative reporter Terry Parker has been working to learn more about the victim. She joins us now from the scene.
According to a neighbor, the 54-year-old flight attendant parked her car right here in her assigned spot. And then after getting home from work, she would take the sidewalk and go around the corner to her apartment on the other side of the building. But last night, sometime in the middle of the night, someone was lying in wait.
Crime scene investigators swarmed around apartment 104 most of the morning Tuesday in this quiet neighborhood. A 54-year-old woman who lived here was found shot to death on the sidewalk leading to her apartment.
I'm in genuine shock right now, especially finding out the details and how it happened, how late at night and everything. That's just, my heart's kind of pumping right now.
Dan Liucci says he was awake at 3:30 this morning when he heard sirens and saw flashing lights. When he realized the victim was his friendly neighbor, he was horrified.
She was a flight attendant. I think she was telling me she worked down in Fort Lauderdale, so she was staying up here.
The sheriff's office confirms the victim was found wearing a uniform. They also stress this does not appear to be a random killing. Dan says it's so sad that the friendly neighbor who always said hello became a victim to such senseless and terrifying violence right outside her front door.
Everyone somewhat knows each other. It's very quiet. It's very hidden back here, and you wouldn't expect anything like that to be done over here. So it's very terrifying, honestly.
I have reached out to the victim's ex-husband, but haven't yet heard back from him. Meantime, the sheriff's office is not officially releasing her identity. They are still investigating this very actively, and they do want to stress that they do not think this was a random killer. We'll stay on top of this one for you. In Lake Worth.
Wow. I mean,
Terry Parker, WPBF 25 News.
Fox 13 News at 5 starts now.
It really shouldn't be like this. Some problems can be resolved a little differently.
An armed security guard charged in the first-degree murder of his roommate's boyfriend. And tonight, Fox 13 is learning more about the
armed security charged in the murder of his first-degree murder of his roommate's boyfriend.
An armed security guard charged in the first-degree murder of his roommate's boyfriend. And tonight, Fox 13 is learning more about the investigation. Thank you for being with us tonight. I'm Daryl Green.
And I'm Darcy Thomas. Police say that it happened early yesterday morning outside of the Junction apartment complex in East Memphis. That's just a few blocks away from the University of Memphis and Fox 13.
Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson is live there right now. Daniel, this is a case with a lot of details.
A lot of details. To make it simple, investigators say this armed security guard shot and killed his female roommate's boyfriend, and they say he left his job to do it.
Police say 27-year-old Taji Turnage shot and killed his roommate's boyfriend, Timothy Eccles. Turnage told investigators his roommate called him on FaceTime sometime after midnight Sunday. Investigators say the licensed armed security guard told them he witnessed the boyfriend hitting his roommate several times. Turnage told police during a second call with his roommate, he heard gunshots. He said he then left his security job at the New Horizon Apartments near Mill Branch Road in Winchester, headed toward his apartment complex on Southern Avenue near Highland. Turnage is charged with first-degree murder, indicating investigators believe it was both intentional and premeditated.
Wow, he came to save the day and got charged with murder for a roommate, not even his girl. What's going on, man?
What's up, Bob? Salute.
Ain't nothing, man. This is legendary simping right here, man. This is legendary simping. This is insane.
Licensed armed security guard told them he was
pretty typical,
hitting his roommate several times. Turnage told police during a second call with his roommate, he heard gunshots. He said he then left his security job at the New Horizon Apartments near Mill Branch Road in Winchester, headed toward his apartment complex on Southern Avenue near Highland. Turnage is charged with first-degree murder, indicating investigators believe it was both intentional and premeditated. Fox 13 News timed the drive from the New Horizon Apartments to where the shooting happened, which takes about 15 minutes. Police say Turnage told them he walked through the front yard of two homes next to his apartment complex. He said when he reached the yard directly next to it, he saw Eccles in a vehicle pointing a gun directly at him. Police say Turnage said he shot Eccles. Like Turnage, Dwayne Wilkerson is an armed security guard.
They should make better decisions when it comes to it, because we got a lot we can lose when it comes to stuff like that. A whole lot.
A neighbor's security camera captured at least part of the encounter. I'm working to get that video. Meanwhile, the suspect is due in court tomorrow at 9 a.m. DG.
This is why I stay away from blacks, man. Somebody can get you in a little situation like that. Make sure y'all support the channel, man. Sponsor the show, guys. Sponsor the show. I stay away from black. Like this is you're at work, you speed home to help a female roommate, and now you're fucking being charged with murder.
I mean, it's only a murder charge. You can still beat it.
Yeah, but he not like a thug. So it's like he like a working man. He done. He's cooked.
Oh yeah, that he's probably cooked. To get that leniency, you got to be a complete shithead.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was being a white knight.
Yeah.
Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson live tonight. Daniel, thank you.
Tonight, St. Louis County prosecutors believe there is a connection between a man shot and killed in his Ferguson home and the rape of a 15-year-old girl. Our Justina Coronel is in the newsroom after reviewing court documents. And Justina, they seem to reveal what a motive for that murder.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this morning, 39-year-old rape suspect Lavore Harmon was in court for a bond hearing. A judge granted the prosecutor's plea to increase his bond to $2 million, saying he's a danger to the community and the victim. But this case doesn't end there. According to court documents, on July 8th, around 4:15, police arrived on Bayview Drive in Ferguson, swarming the area trying to learn what happened to Corey Warren, who was shot and killed in his home. Warren recently reported to police that his 15-year-old relative was raped by a man named LaVar Harmon, and Harmon was charged with rape and sodomy. At the end of May, police say the sister of the rape suspect went to Warren's home, bribing him with $12,000 in exchange for staying silent and to drop the charges against her brother.
$12,000.
Would you take it off?
He raped. He raped. Who did he rape? Let me see.
Documents on July 8th, around 4:15, police arrived on Bayview Drive in Ferguson, swarming the area trying to learn what happened to Corey Warren, who was shot and killed in his home. Warren recently reported to police that his 15-year-old relative was raped by a man named LaVar Harmon, and Harmon was charged with rape and sodomy. At the end of May, police say the sister of the rape suspect went to Warren's home, bribing him with $12,000 in exchange for staying silent and to drop the charges against her brother. Documents say Warren did not accept the bribe money, and about a month later, Warren was shot and killed in his home by an unidentified man. According to court documents, that unidentified man was found murdered in St. Louis City later that day, and his car was burned nearby. St. Louis County prosecutors charged the sister, LaVonda Harmon, from Houston, Texas, with tampering with a witness and a felony prosecution. Documents say the investigation by multiple agencies has connected the murder of Warren to the rape suspect and his family. LaVar Harmon's attorney said they have not seen any evidence and will not be providing a statement at this time. Now, a spokesperson with Ferguson Police tells me they have multiple people that they need to follow up on for leads. I asked the prosecutor's office if they can share any more details, including if more charges will come forward, but they tell me at this time it's still a very active investigation.
U.S. Marshals and Chicago police have a suspect in custody after finding a woman beaten to death.
The home of Michael Brown.
Yeah. You know, you read my mind, dog. I was gonna say, you know, sometimes randomly I reflect and wonder, where would he have been right now? You know, what things would he have accomplished before he was taken from us? You know?
Yeah, but, I mean, he was on a bad path. He was on the wrong path.
Hey, look, no one is beyond, you know, what they're beyond fixing. But looking at that last story, right? Mm-hmm. It's never that amazing just how rampant, how consistent some violence is, right? Because look, it's fair to say that everybody commits crime. Everybody commits crime for sure, but the rate that some people commit crime, Mike, it just boggles the mind, you know.
Especially violent crime, and like you try plenty of times to go to places where there's not a lot of signs to see if these issues persist. And no, it's only where sons are.
Look, call me crazy, right? But I've been traveling far as of late, right? With the family, for whatever reason, right? Sons are everywhere. They're everywhere, right? And granted, I'm not a fan of like, there's a son, man, and I'm assuming that he's a criminal, right? I'm not for that. But they're everywhere, man. Some people they're in places where they were not before. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. Let's see what happened with this one, man.
U.S. Marshals and Chicago police have a suspect in custody after finding a woman beaten to death inside her Southside home last week.
And WGN's Christine Flores has the latest on the investigation.
Good evening. The beloved mother leaves behind 6 children, the youngest 9 months old. Family members say it has not been an easy journey through their grieving process, but they say they are standing strong for the children.
There's so many people who love Niqua, who want it different for her. And if you are watching this and people are watching this, let her loss be a testament so that you don't have to go through this and your family doesn't have to go through this.
Latasha Kinnard is referring to her sister, Shaniqua Kinnard.
She was the wild child, the spirited child. She loved to have fun, and she loved her family.
According to police, the 30-year-old was fatally assaulted in Riverdale in the city's far south side. She was found unresponsive around 8:10 Friday morning inside of her home in the 13,000 block of South Martin Luther King Drive. According to the medical examiner's office, she died from multiple injuries from an assault, and her death was ruled a homicide.
Let this be a testament to domestic violence and abuse. If a man is putting his hands on you, that's not a caring and loving man. That's not a protective man. That's not an overseeing man. That's not a man who actually wants the better for you and your future and your kids at that.
Shaniqua leaves behind 6 children, the youngest 9 months old, the oldest 13-year-old Amari Smith.
I want people to know that my mom was very kind and that she loved all the people who supported her, and she was very grateful.
Chicago police announced 30-year-old Jarv Toms Dixon was charged with first-degree murder in this case.
This is a very hard time, and the only way that I'm getting through it is with the love of friends and family and time. And at the same time, it's like there is no amount of love or support that's going to bring her back.
The family has created a GoFundMe page to help with funeral expenses and for the care of the 6 children. You can find that link on our website, WGNTV.com. The suspect is...
These stories are just so sad, man. And it's just like every day, all day, every city, these sad stories. Like, it's horrible, man.
Right. You know, I feel like they should be sadder than how at least I take them, because I'm so used to them. You know, I'm used to seeing, in particular, the sisters be victimized by the brothers. For one, right? They're sad. They're sad stories out, but they should be sadder to me.
Yeah. You talking about the reaction? Yeah, the reaction should be sad. Yeah. Jesus Christ, man! Oh, here goes a good story.
But it goes back to what
Developing
you always
tonight,
said,
the FBI in Philadelphia
police
investigating the attack.
You used to say years ago, how you know, Shaq can't speak of every Shaq kid that gets killed. There's so many. He'd never fucking be done.
No. Yeah, the whole league can't. I mean, if the whole league picked a kid, there wouldn't be enough, man. I mean, like, think about it. Like, this is Ferguson where that other story happened. Ferguson is a little teeny town. A lot of black people there. Little teeny town. Where did this happen? Let's see where this happened. Hold on.
Developing tonight, the FBI in Philadelphia police investigating the attempted robbery of an armored vehicle. We're told at least 2 guys were involved. Investigators say they targeted the Brinks truck just before noon today before the driver of that truck fired shots. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Sheba Russell. Police have been busy investigating several similar cases around the city in recent weeks. This is the 5th involving Brinks trucks or other armored vehicles going back to June 21st. Thieves hitting trucks in Holmesburg, Lawncrest, and Port Richmond. Today's incident happening in Ronhurst off Castor Avenue. The truck parked in front of a Planned Parenthood at the time. Our Jennifer Lee has the latest on the investigation.
Philadelphia police now confirming this is a robbery investigation. It appears the suspects did not get away with anything. Police say that Brinks employee fired shots at the suspects, and that's when they fled north on Castor Avenue in a Nissan vehicle. Police are now looking for 2 armed men.
This is shocking to me. This doesn't happen in this neighborhood a lot, so I'm surprised.
Philadelphia police shut down this part of Castor Avenue late Tuesday morning for an incident involving this Brinks armored vehicle. Steve Petro lives just a few doors down.
While I was fixing the shower, I just hear 4 quick shots. I said to myself, Could it be gunshots?
Police say the Brinks truck was making a delivery when two armed suspects approached and announced a robbery. That's when the Brinks employee allegedly fired his weapon at the suspects who fled the area. PPD says 8 spent casings were recovered from the scene, but no injuries were reported. Our cameras also picked up investigators looking at a couple spots on the truck that could have been pierced by bullets. Many who live and work nearby stopped to watch the police activity.
I live right around the corner, and I don't feel safe walking and going any place when you see all these robberies.
The Brinks truck was parked in front of Planned Parenthood, whose security told us the incident was all caught on camera. And the nonprofit organization PATH says their cameras caught 3 suspects in a black sedan pull up on the Brinks truck.
I know it's been kind of common lately with these Brinks vans getting hit on. I know there was one not too long ago in Port Richmond, so I'm kind of surprised for this, to be happening down here.
Philadelphia police say the armed robbery of a Brinks truck in Port Richmond happened June 21st by the Home Depot. A few days later, on June 26, a Loomis truck driver was robbed of his weapon and $1,000 in cash by 2 masked suspects pointing their guns. And on July 2nd, police say a Brinks truck was robbed by 3 armed suspects in the Holmesburg shopping center in the Northeast. In this latest incident, our cameras captured a Brinks employee talking with investigators.
Definitely need to tighten up a little bit and keep an eye out for these trucks.
I just don't want to be that I have to live in fear.
We reached out to Brinks, and they say in the interest of safety for their employees, they do not comment on law enforcement incidents. We're told Northeast detectives are leading this robbery investigation. In Ronhurst, Jennifer Lee, Fox 29 News.
He did just murder my son. He stole him from his family.
First at 6, a life stolen over a parking spot. Tonight, the man who killed his neighbor heads to prison for what could be the rest of his life.
Now, this is a case our 8 News Now investigators first revealed was connected to an earlier unsolved shooting with the same motive. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Denise Valdez.
And I'm Brian Loftus. Prosecutors describe both cases a man with a bad temper shooting at a driver. In this case, deadly case. His victim was simply fixing his car.
8 News Now investigator David Charnes, the only TV reporter in court.
I didn't plan this. I didn't plan on doing nothing that day.
That day, for 43-year-old Robert Salone, was the day he shot and killed his neighbor. That day in October 2022, 33-year-old Christopher Allen was out on the street working on this car when Salone came home to find it blocking part of his driveway.
Blocking the driveway. Listen.
Yeah, I mean, it speaks for itself.
He probably blocked his driveway and then told him he had to leave.
The parking spaces, that stuff does get hairy though. Parking spaces, blocking people's driveway, it does get it's people get annoyed by that. They get really annoyed by that. If you don't own a house, you don't know.
It's just incredible though, how we know here in Ag Nation that the news bends over backwards to hide that sons are committing all this crime. Yet they still aren't able to. It's just so blatant that even as much as they try to hide that sons are doing it, they can't.
Yeah, the car gives this one away, but this is the plus the so this guy right here, like it had a lot of people hope it's more than just that. You know what I mean? Than just the parking in front of the driveway. It's if you ask a son man something nicely, man, it pisses them off. They get ticked off when you ask nicely. You gotta ask extra nice.
Or just not ask at all.
Yeah, or just not ask at all.
But look, for me, it's not so much
for
like
43-year-old Robert Salone.
This happens, like you said, right? My issue is like how common it is, how often it occurs.
Yeah,
which is why they lie about it.
Like sometimes like you just said, it happens. It gets hairy, but I mean at the rate that some people do it, I'm sorry, man. Let's be real.
Yeah, it's
Oh
insane.
yeah, it can't be
Car.
overstated.
8 News
No.
Now, investigator David Charnes, the only TV reporter in court.
I didn't plan this. I didn't plan on doing nothing that day.
That day, for 43-year-old Robert Salone, was the day he shot and killed his neighbor. That day in October 2022, 33-year-old Christopher Allen was out on the street working on this car when Salone came home to find it blocking part of his driveway.
He had no right because he was having a bad day and couldn't control his damn temper to decide, today, I've had enough.
Salone shot and killed Allen and then took off. Photos show the aftermath, bullet holes, and the impact to a wall inside Allen's house across the street. Tuesday's sentencing also involved a charge of attempted murder because Salone had shot another person over a different parking spot the year before. That's
Oh shit! A pattern within a pattern.
Oh shit!
It writes itself.
I'm telling you, man. And he was out on the street after shooting that other person to kill this guy.
and the impact to a wall inside Allen's house across the street. Tuesday's sentencing also involved a charge of attempted murder because Salone had shot another person over a different parking spot the year before. That shooting victim survived, and the case not solved until after the murder. In August 2021, police say a driver who took up 2 parking spaces at this Henderson apartment complex also became Salone's victim. Documents the 8 News Now investigators obtained after Salone's arrest revealing Henderson police classified the shooting as gang-related, and they later closed it. A year later, Allen became Salone's next victim, except this time, the shooting was deadly.
I've never heard of someone who became so enraged about a person, let alone 2 people double parking, that he would resort to gun violence.
Salone took an Alford plea, meaning he doesn't admit guilt, but agrees prosecutors have enough evidence to convince a jury to convict him.
I understand. If you never forgive me, I understand that. I understand.
As part of the deal, he agreed to serve at least 21 years in prison. In the end, Clark County District Court Judge Carly Kearney sentenced Salone to 21 years to life.
I can't speak of justice because for me, justice would be getting my son back. And now.
And with credit for time served, Salone will be in his 60s if the Nevada Parole Board grants him release after those 21 years. If he ever makes parole, he'll be on probation for the rest of his life.
You know,
Breaking news, the victims of a double homicide.
It was kind of odd to not see a sister judge on the bench.
I know. So rare. Rare that I see a sister judge. I mean, and look, the beat goes on. Watch.
New tonight, the city of Phoenix will pay out a $2 million settlement for the wrongful death of a 2-year-old boy back in 2022. The family said Phoenix firefighters refused to take him to the hospital after he started having a seizure, telling them that it's normal. Thanks for joining us tonight. 12 News at 10, I'm Mark Curtis.
And I'm Troy Hayden. Caribe is off tonight. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly spoke exclusively with the family's attorney, and he joins us live outside Phoenix City Hall. So what's all this about?
Troy, Mark, according to those court documents, the boy's mother pleaded with firefighters to take him to the hospital, but they told her it wasn't necessary. Then just hours later, that little boy died. You should always be able to count on firefighters to help in your time of need. But for the Clugston family in Phoenix, they said that didn't happen for their 2-year-old son, Abraham.
I almost didn't believe what had occurred.
Brianne Slack is their attorney, who filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the city of Phoenix and its fire department. According to court documents in 2022, Abraham's mom said her son suffered a seizure for the first time and had a fever. She immediately called 911.
She was panicking.
When Phoenix firefighters arrived, the document claims the mom begged them to transport Abraham to the hospital, but firefighters said that wasn't necessary and that Abraham was fine. They said instead to just give the 2-year-old Tylenol and ibuprofen. When the mom insisted, they reportedly told her that she was overreacting.
She's told, calm down, you're overreacting. It's just a seizure. All kids have seizures.
Trusting the firefighters,
That's not really true. I don't think all kids have
Not at all.
Wow, it sounds like they were lazy.
lazy. Yeah, lazy. Yeah, son, man, he's probably son, man.
Man, I generally hope they were not sunmen.
So they was getting on now. They was late on their shift. They was at the end of their shift, and they knew
They're
if they
not telling us.
What a
if they
fuck
take-
up.
if they
What a
take
fuck
to the hospital, they gonna have to do. They're not gonna be able to get off in time.
Man.
Oh my
If
god.
they don't tell us, they're sons.
Oh man, maybe it's a good possibility. This.
Nah. You know
She
what?
listened.
I'm gonna go.
She
with
gave
Tyler.
Abraham Tylenol.
I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
man.
Tylenol and ibuprofen obviously do not help with seizures. So
No, but they
they're
help with
just full of
fevers
it.
though. But they help with fevers though. Like when the kid
Yes.
has a fever, you give them ibuprofen. That's what
But we're talking about seizures, Wicked.
No, yeah, but the seizure occurred because of a fever. Now, because I've heard of this happen, when a kid has a fever, especially the first time ever, apparently you gotta take him to the hospital.
No shit.
Yeah, man.
And ibuprofen like they recommended. Then
He was found unresponsive less than 6 hours later.
she called 911 again. This time they did rush the toddler to Phoenix Children's Hospital, but after life-saving efforts, the family was told Abraham had died.
It was heartbreaking and shocking. They called out relying on Phoenix EMS and relied on their consultation.
We got two sponsors tonight, man. Can we get some sponsors for the show tonight, man? For tonight's show, we didn't get much last night. We got like a few, maybe two sponsors last night, a couple bucks, but
I got you, Rock.
Yeah, salute to you, man. Can we get some people to sponsor the show tonight? This is
Speaking of money,
white kid. Yeah.
I wonder how much money they're gonna get.
Oh, they're gonna get a lot. But this little white kid, this is not supposed to happen to a white person. This is not supposed to happen to white people in America.
And their advice saying that he doesn't need to be taken to the hospital. He's fine.
Leading to this lawsuit being filed against those firefighters and the city for their son's death. The Clugston family sending us a statement that reads in part, whether it was poor decision-making that day or it was a flaw in the procedure that needed to be exposed and addressed, Abraham's death could have and should have been prevented. Now, years later,
Passes 9-0.
the Phoenix City Council agreed to pay the Clugston family $2 million to settle the case.
At the end of the day, the settlement is not going to bring Abraham back, but the family have been very vocal about wanting to pursue some kind of reform.
Demanding policy change so no one else's child will go through what Abraham did.
I agree.
Now, we did receive a statement from the city of Phoenix a few hours after the council made the approval. It says, quote, the city of Phoenix extends its deepest condolences following this incident. As with any incident, an internal review was conducted and steps have been taken to improve training and procedures, adding the city remains dedicated to protecting the community. We're live in downtown Phoenix tonight. She's Golightly, 12 News.
All right, Chase, thank you for the report.
Imagine resting in bed and then hearing burglars trying to break through your front door. Well, it happened to a woman in Cobb County. Channel 2's Cobb County Bureau Chief Michelle Newell's live with the action the woman took to stay safe.
Karen, she called 911, of course, but then hid in her closet because she was so afraid. All of it happened right here outside of this home.
Police say a woman was alone in this Cobb County home when two men tried to force their way inside. This is security camera video of one of the suspects walking down the street. Minutes later, police show up and question him. A neighbor told me he saw this same man looking at houses in the neighborhood.
He walked back and forth over here, and he looked suspicious.
It happened last Wednesday around 10 o'clock in the morning. According to the warrant, the victim told police she was in her bed when she heard two men talking outside. She told police she heard one of the men say, What if they call police? After that, police say the victim heard loud booms as the men tried to force their way inside. I spoke with the victim off camera. She told me the suspects tried to kick the door down. She says she was so afraid she hid in her bedroom closet after she called 911. Police say when they arrived, the door frame was cracked, but they only found one suspect. They arrested and charged Robert Leal.
When I saw the police, I'm happy because they got it.
And Leal was on parole for another crime. Police still looking for that second suspect. If you have any information at all, contact the Cobb County Police Department. Live from Cobb County, Michelle Newell, Channel 2 Action News.
More about the man accused of running into a Memphis police officer before being shot by another officer. The TBI says Timothy Cook was killed in this incident. Action News 5's Imani Williams took a deeper look into his background today. And Imani, what did you find?
Well, Joe, according to court records, Cook had 9 warrants. Many were felony warrants involving reckless driving and evading arrest. Now, there was also an aggravated assault charge. I spoke with community members who said they are tired of seeing crime in Orange Mound in the same sentence.
I hadn't seen a lot change. It took the change for the worse. I had to be real with you.
Yeah.
So we fighting a battle over here.
Community members in Orange Mound say they want to see something other than crime in their community, but it's been tough. Just this week,
Yikes.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation identified Timothy Cook as the man they say rammed a car into a Memphis police officer on June 13th. TBI says that's when another MPD officer shot into the car, hitting Cook. Cook later died in the hospital, according to TBI. A quick look through court records shows this was not the first time Cook was accused of using a car recklessly. He faced several charges of evading arrest, reckless driving, and reckless endangerment. In 2023, court records detail where he ran from police as they were investigating a carjacking. Court documents said he drove a car through a fence and hit a house while trying to get away. Friday's shooting involving Cook happened in Orange Mound on Park Avenue. From the 2024 Orange Mound Park mass shooting to this recent shooting, people are fed up with crime.
Crime is way out of control.
But various organizations are trying to make a change.
To the people, so the people, we have got Merrill's football team, Merrill's baseball team, Sherwood football team, Sherwood Majorettes.
Blight Patrol, we go out and keep our neighborhood clean from blight.
Now, Keith Leachman with Stop the Killing, Cut the Beef said more resources are needed in the area to help residents and the organizations working on the ground. Live in studio, Imani Williams, Action News 5.
30, an attack on a convenience store worker captured by surveillance cameras. He had just seconds to react.
I thought he was coming around the counter then. I thought maybe he was going to come around the counter and keep shooting.
Before showing you any more of this video, we want you to know that the clerk is alive tonight.
Amazingly, everything seems routine in this until the clerk glances down at the register. Look at the video. You see the suspect in the tan hoodie and sunglasses pull out his gun. He fires 3 quick shots and then bolts out the door.
Here's a closer look right here. It's the moment when the clerk threw his arm up that reflects what doctors say is what saved his life.
This happened at Jacob's Food Mart in Gastonia. Channel 9's Gaston County reporter Ken Lemon talked to that clerk today about his recovery. Ken?
Yeah, and that one shot broke 2 bones in Scotty Floyd's arm. He says he's worked here for 15 years and he lives by a motto, treat customers right, they'll treat you right. He says he did that, but something wasn't right about this one customer.
If only.
And he says that hint of suspicion may have saved his life. The career clerk looked like a superhero blocking a speeding bullet. The gun was almost in his face.
I thank God. It was God.
Scotty Floyd actually opened the door for the man who nearly took his life at the Jacob Food Mart on Marietta Street Friday. He didn't know the man had a gun, but he noticed he kept his sunglasses on and a hoodie pulled over his head.
I knew the guy was up to something, and that probably saved my life too.
Floyd says the man didn't demand money or make a threat. He asked for CBD cigarette products.
When I seen the silver of the gun, I knew what he was doing.
That shot lodged in his forearm, breaking 2 bones, but it didn't go any farther.
Oh, he just shot me dead between the eyes.
Floyd ducked down behind the counter.
He tried to shoot again, but the gun didn't shoot.
He feared the man was going to come behind the counter and keep shooting. Instead, the suspect ran. Police say he went to Forest City, about 40 miles west. They say he shot and nearly killed another man at an event downtown that same day. Christian Campbell is charged with assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to kill, and he's waiting on new charges in Gastonia.
Prosecute him to the full extent of the law.
No
Because
shot.
he didn't have no regard for my life. He tried to take my life.
Yeah, and
He'll get
Floyd
12
told me
years.
that he's worked as a cashier, clerk in a store for 21 years, excuse me. He says he never felt the need for a gun. He says the next time he goes back to work, he will be armed. Live in Gastonia, I'm Ken Lemon, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Ken, it's just miraculous almost. What an incredible video. Thank you for that story.
Is this an older video?
Philadelphia police are working to get a dangerous robber off the street tonight. A man they say is.
You heard me? I feel like I've seen that 100 times. Is that like an old video?
No, these are all fresh from today.
Targeted 3 postal workers in just the last week. This is a surveillance image of the suspect who investigators say robbed the mail carriers at gunpoint. All these crimes happened just blocks away from each other and in broad daylight. Action News' Walter Perez live in East Mount Airy tonight with the exclusive details. Walter.
That's right, Brian. Investigators do believe it is the same suspect behind all these cases because each time the method of operation is the same. He pulls out a gun and demands the victim's postal service keys. Investigators are looking for the man in these images in connection with the armed robbery of a postal worker this past Monday in East Mount Airy. As this map reveals, it was actually the third time a letter carrier was robbed at gunpoint over the past week in the same general area. And Captain John Craig from Northwest Detectives says this thief is after one thing in particular.
In each case, the offender has taken a set of postal keys and mail from the complainants before fleeing the area. Fortunately, thus far, no one has been hurt.
Those keys give the holder access to local mailboxes or deposit boxes at apartment buildings and businesses. Of course, investigators believe the thief is trying to steal mail with the hope of finding anything of value, including checks. In fact, Allison Odom from East Mount Airy says she is very close with one of those victims.
My god sister had put her mail in that mailbox, and somebody went in overnight and got it out, opened up her mail, changed her check, and tried to cash her check.
We spoke with other people who live and work in this part of the city who say they fully realize that checks are not the only thing that can be stolen from someone's mail.
Identity theft is on a rise right now.
It sounds like they're heightening up their porch pirate things to go in directly to the source.
I
What
wish
is
we
on her
can
head?
all come together as a community and so we could trust each other and be watchful for one another and especially take care of our elders.
Now, this suspect is to be considered armed and dangerous. If you recognize the man in those images, please contact Northwest Detectives. Reporting live from East Mount Airy, Walter Perez, Channel 6, Action News. Brian?
Yeah, those postal workers just doing their job. Walter, thank you.
I think if you
Also
rob a
tonight, some
post-
relief after a 4-year-old boy in the middle of an Amber Alert was found safe.
And the man accused of killing 28-year-old Alexis Foreman is locked up. 4-year-old Kai Foreman was found at a home in Virginia Beach early this morning. The suspect, Tylee Scott, is charged with second-degree murder. Now, this all started when police were called to East Liberty Street after a woman was shot and killed yesterday morning. 10 on your sides, Regina Mobley has new information on this case. Regina?
Aisha, tonight we have uncovered disturbing allegations about the suspect that concern domestic violence. As the investigation continues, we have a warning about the ripple effects of this crime.
We talk about a child, 4-year-old child, witness everything. This is no solution.
A single patrol car stands watch as grieving
doubt.
loved ones are surrounded by family and friends. The morning before, 28-year-old Alexis Foreman was shot and killed, allegedly by Tylee Scott. Activist Bilal Muhammad grew up with members of the Foreman family.
Now there's 2 or 3 generations are grieving right now.
Overnight, the crime scene
Prince
expanded
Lam?
to another community in Virginia Beach. A resident told 10 on Your Side the SWAT team took the suspect into custody and recovered the 4-year-old who was unharmed. According to court documents, 27-year-old Scott has an extensive criminal allegations history that includes credit card larceny, strangling, assault to his girlfriend, threatened her with a firearm, and then attempting to get his girlfriend to purchase him a firearm while he was out on bond. In 2018, a grandmother reported
Classic
Scott
move.
threatened her family. As loved ones prepare to bury the young mother, Muhammad is preparing to respond to the ripple
Hey,
effects of domestic violence.
What?
We're talking about a person that lost their
You want
life.
to say something? Go ahead, say something.
Oh, I was just wondering if you were listening.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same shit. It does get redundant, man.
It
But
gets redundant.
yeah, man, it's like goddamn.
Yeah, but I mean it's redundant, but I mean the Sun words are redundant.
Well, let's see how they were doing in
As to the
1970.
question of whether the high unemployment rate in the inner city will cause another blow-up, the easy and most honest
Inner
answer is that
city, huh?
nobody can possibly know. But after the 1967 riots here, it was found that 80% of those arrested were people who had jobs, which means, among other things, that economic conditions here are just that much worse than they were 4 summers ago. Kenneth Gale, ABC News, Detroit.
It's gonna be a redundant here too, right? Just a heads up, right? It's gonna be redundant here too. Some things will never change.
I'm telling you, man. Look at the sisters. Sisters got their jobs, man. Sisters got their jobs.
1971.
GI in Vietnam, he's been back and he's been out of work for about a year now. We'll talk to him about his experiences trying to get a job. What do they tell you when you go looking for a job?
Well, I have been to places where they just flat turn me down. And either you take the test and they say, we'll send you a telegram or we'll notify you by phone. And so far, nothing's happened. And I've been out a year now.
What kind of work can you do?
I had 3 years experience as a shipping clerk with the government. And this is just about what I really know how to do and enjoy doing. And it's just a flat no now.
Well, what do you suppose it is? Is it because you're black? Is it because there just aren't any jobs? Why?
Well, one,
Laying it out for him.
now we don't rip off. We just sit on a log and drink our little bottle of wine and just jaw jack. Let some of the pressure out.
Shoot the
For real.
breeze.
Jaw jack.
Now
That's
we
like
don't
today.
rip off. We just sit on a log and drink our little bottle of wine and just jaw jack. Let some of the pressure out.
How long can that go on before something breaks?
What actually with the drug problem around, it's not the regulars. It's people from different sides of town that comes over and they will try to start something, but the regulars won't. Now we can go on and just drink.
Son's coming over from another side of town to try to start something. Jesus Christ. Salute to Mark Ishmael, man. He says for the nation. Shout out to Mark Ishmael. Salute to Lewis, man. He says for the prosperity of the great Ark nation that stands alone. Salute, man. And salute to Palmer Henderson, man.
One nation under the sun.
I'm telling you. This dude cool though. He for a regular, common, son, man. He speaks very well though. He's very intelligent, very articulate, man.
And you know what else? He seems to be a little bit ashamed. Like you can tell he's not really happy to say he's, just hanging out drinking.
Days, as long as they had a bottle of wine, they're happy.
But it would take somebody from the outside to come over and actually set off the first stick of dynamite or whatever, I guess, huh?
Right, it would take somebody that's not known in the neighborhood to actually come over and start something, which would cause a problem for the regulars because once something started from someone on the other side of town, the man to come through the police, and he just lock everybody up in sight. If you just look like a guy, they'll lock you up. Because it's happened to me quite a few times.
There's a lot of hassling by the cops down there.
Right. A whole lot. You know, like I remember I looked like somebody and they stopped me and pulled pistols on me, you know, and he told me, so why'd I have my hands in there, you know, and I'm not gonna get shot, you know. Not standing talking to a police officer. That's why I kept my hands in there.
How do you get by now without a job? How has the situation changed in this area over the past year?
I would say it has changed tremendously. For one thing, jobs were much more plentiful, whereas
What does this mean to a community like Oakland?
it means that the crime rate in the community is going to go up, and that the community.
Oakland is not is the county. Not Oakland, California, but Oakland, Michigan.
Oakland.
It means that the crime rate in the community is going to go up, and that the community is going to suffer as a result of unemployment.
What will happen with all these people on the streets?
That's really hard to say. The only thing that I can think about is that hopefully the federal government will come in and create jobs for the people.
They was already asking the federal government for jobs, and then they just lost them under Trump. All them black people in D.C. lost their federal jobs. Their 2-hour lunch breaks. They're fucking leaving at 12 o'clock on Friday.
It's also funny when you think about gang warfare, and it's just like different gangs who think that their government housing is cooler than the others.
It's crazy, man.
Ken, let me do it again in long shot.
What, the reverses?
Okay.
Okay. All three? Okay. How has the situation changed here in the last, let me start again.
It has changed tremendously.
How has the situation changed here since last year?
It has changed tremendously because last year the jobs were much more plentiful.
What does this mean to a community like Oakland?
It means that the crime rate in the community is going to go up. There's going to definitely be an increase in crime, and that the community as a whole is going to suffer.
Just turn your shit up a little bit like that. Okay. Yeah, just so we can. Go ahead, Ken.
Well, what will happen with all these people on the streets? Nothing to do.
It's really sort of hard to say what will happen or predict what will happen. Hopefully, the federal government will step in and provide some type of programs, some type of jobs, create some type of jobs for the people in the community.
Good. Notice how he said programs and then corrected himself to jobs.
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was his.
Yeah, that's what I told James was gonna keep you a cigarette.
I be trying to You won't buy none at all. You ain't like, I was trying to get along with it. That's good business. Like, by someone knows about his dick, I don't even know how it jumped up.
Let me talk to you.
These are just hoodlums, man. They just look different because the time is different. You know, the style is different. The hairstyles are different. The style of dress is different. But these are just common hoodlums that we would see nowadays in the hood hanging.
Like gang members?
Yeah, just regular sons. They look a lot more mature. These guys are probably 20, 22, 23, 24. These guys aren't very old. They look more mature because of the style of dress and the style of haircut.
Yeah, people look older back then.
Yeah.
But what kind of work had you been doing?
I did practice. Man.
How long have you been out of work now?
Well, I haven't been out of work. I've been off sick for a little while, but I'm finna go in today in a few minutes.
Well, you're actually working now. Okay.
I
I want to talk to somebody who's not working. Are you working?
No, I'm not.
How long have you been out of work?
I just told him that you make it. Like, I'm stopped with that. I swear to God, I'm stopped.
What kind of work can you do?
Any kind. They just give me any kind of work. And I said, wow.
What happens? How long have you been out of work?
I've been out of work now about 4 or 5 months.
Well, you've been looking for work?
I got applications all down the boulevard.
Okay, could you get permit? That's
The lady's gonna love. Let me ask you the same question. How long have you been out of work now?
About 5, 6 months.
What kind of work did you do before?
Like I was a laborer.
There just aren't any laborers' jobs now?
Well, like I've been trying to, more or less receive it. Like I receive it.
You ever been out of work this long before? What are you gonna do now?
I'm gonna try to find it out if I can.
Well, what do you do with yourself now? You come out, sit on the log every day?
No, I just more or less. That's all. If I stop, I'm not stopping. Like I get money. I'm on the welfare. I'm trying to get money.
How long are you gonna be out?
Because you work very seldom, Like I have to get a haircut once a year. That's, I can't afford it.
Have you, how many years were you a musician? Let me just put it that way.
About 25 years.
In all that 25 years, has it been this bad before?
Yeah, well, on and off. It's been good and it's been bad,
What happens when you're out of work? What do you do? About how long?
4 months ago.
Yo, around 71, right? Around the year
1971.
Isn't that around the time when some people claim that the government pushed fathers out of the home? Give or take?
Yeah, I can see that in both of these niggas sitting around, hanging out, shooting the jaw jacking all day. The woman probably
Chasing
needed the
skirts.
goddamn welfare. Yeah.
Chasing skirts.
She probably like, shit, you give me a check? Give me a check.
But what has been your story in trying to get jobs now?
Everywhere I go, they say they ain't taking applications. Ain't none. That's all I know. I don't know how they put it together, but they tell me they don't have any.
What do you do for money now?
Just catch it when it come along. Whatever kind of thing I can get, I just grab for it. So that's about all I know.
What kind of things come along?
Well, my people, my mother send me some, I write to her. She send me something up, where I can pay my rent and get food with. I'd be telling her I'd be going out looking for jobs, but it ain't everybody else doing the same. It's a different story here. I don't know how long I can hold out up here. I'm trying to stay.
Well, you must, you've been around, it looks like, for a while. So you must have some pretty good background experience.
Yeah, well, I took a welding course. I went to a welding school there in St. Louis when I was there. I was hoping to get in, one of the plants where I can get a job up here welding. But they ain't hiring anyone that's saying, what I told you in the beginning. There wasn't nobody hiring.
What kind of work are you qualified to do?
Well, I was qualified mostly. I did odd labor jobs like I could drive a high-low. And then when I came from New York to over here, I happened to get a high-low job in a small company. And then they moved way out in the suburbs someplace. And I didn't have no transportation. And plus, for me to catch the bus, special bus to go out there, and they wouldn't raise my salary. And so eventually I just...
Excuses, man. You got a lot of excuses. But I mean, it's like if shit ain't perfect, the Sun Man ain't working, man. These ain't no stories of resilience. Like, you know what I mean? That would have been a great story of resilience and overcoming. Like, yeah, the company moved out into the suburbs and I had to, catch the bus 2 hours both ways just to feed my family. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was like, fuck that shit. He said, he basically
Where's the
said,
wine?
fuck that
That's
shit.
the wine.
Dropped out of that. And then I trying to get in this this Chrysler training program. And they told me there I was out of the district. So I've been looking around, and then I had odds and end jobs, you know. When a fella needs something done, I help him out a little bit, the best way I can. And that's how I've been, you know. A little here, and that's all it's been. Really, no. Then I was working at a convalescent home, Holbrook Convalescent Home, for a while. And then they started laying people off. The one that had the most CRs would stay. But if you didn't get, like they say, 90 days in, they just laid you off.
Wow. Bunch of shiftless ass niggas. A gang of shiftless niggas.
Have you tried stuffing things in there, bottles or can or something like that? Or will the rats kick it out?
I wouldn't think do no good because the rat's big as a cat.
The rats are how big?
They're
are they?
red big.
How
Them
big
red
are the
big rats. Them is big rats.
Yeah. Now, do they go after your food supply in the kitchen too?
Well, I tell you, what they do, they come in and they get in the bed and they runs all through the room. You can't sleep. You can't even sleep for them. Well, they sound like somebody fighting in the house. That's the truth.
Can you hear them in the walls?
You
at
can hear
night?
them. Well, one of them calling my daughter. She was coming down the stairs. My 11-year-old daughter was coming downstairs to use this bathroom, but none of these bathrooms works in this house. They're not fitting. They're really not. Because every time you use them, they overflood. And I have called that man and told him about it. And he called and said, tell him Green, come on, these things is not no good. They are even leaking from the bottom, and everything runs downstairs in the living room.
Well, beyond belief, every one of these places, a rat trap and a fire hazard. And you know the thing that appalls me? With Bob Kennedy and Joe Clark, Fritz, we went through exactly the same thing 2 years ago. The treadmill, it hasn't changed.
This is the
Nothing's changed.
the whole process. How much of it can you do in one city at one time? It's the buildup of years and years of neglect. Right. This is what we've been talking about. This is what the speeches are about, but nobody listens.
Don't keep it cut off down there.
Yeah, so when you flush the toilet, you turn the
You
water
have to
on.
turn the water on. Because he called this man and told him about this, so he said that
Have you got a telephone here? Do you have problems with rats?
Rats get in the bed with the kids.
At night, are you fearful of
night.
rats?
Yes, we
How
do.
do you protect the children?
I have to
at
keep
night?
the lights, burn the electric lights all night.
Even look at the dog over there. It doesn't look.
So would you get that mic out of there? We are not, as we also see it through staffs, giving enough.
I think KB's in the bag.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
This is DC. I'm trying to see what neighborhood this is. I'm trying to see if I recognize this shit. The house is pretty much the same from back in those days. Shout out to Eric S. He said James Evans had a hard time getting a good job back in the 70s. Yeah, that's probably where they got that from. That whole trope of James Evans not being able to have a job from just like real life.
Is that a TV show or something?
Yeah, good times. His one big break to get a great job in Alaska, in Florida, stopped him from going. Yeah, he was going to go to Alaska, get a job. Yeah, on the oil rigs and stuff. A lot of some men did that back in those days.
Good for them.
Niggas got pictures of John Kennedy on their wall like he's Jesus and shit.
Steaks and
No,
meat.
indeed.
How about what other kinds of protein would be important, doctor? That they should.
Well, I think any of the meats. I think chicken's a good protein. Fish, meat.
Yeah.
You ever use fish? That's not very expensive.
These white people supposed to be racist, right? They're supposed to be like literally like. This is 1969. These white people. Yeah, go ahead.
Even back then, when they interviewed like the white ladies about the integration, like they were like walking on eggshells, basically. They were scared to say some real shit.
You think these white people are like, look here, niggers, get your shit together. We're gonna help you out, but goddamn niggers, you need to do like they just like regular white people are now. They act like white people now.
Yeah, well, they're not stupid.
How often do you get fish
About once a week.
and chicken?
Well, that's practically every day. But
that's not.
What do you get the whole chickens, or what part do you get?
well, I get the whole chicken.
Do you give them any vegetables?
Yeah, they like green.
Grits?
Green.
Greens. And how about fruit?
They like fruit. Yeah, I get them fruit too.
Well, I would guess that the older kids are getting a reasonable diet. I think it's only this little one that isn't doing too well. But these youngsters are reasonably well nourished. I wouldn't have any apprehension.
How much milk do they have?
Well, she still suck a bottle, and I don't get too much milk.
Is it too expensive?
That dry milk is not good for her. Like a little bit.
The children will take a look at this and thinks that she's suffering from
2 years
show
old.
them those feet. Now, that's kind of interesting. They've got edema.
You come around here. See, when children start to get malnourished, these folds start to increase. Now, she's not too bad. Okay, now I'll put them back on. Here we go.
It's okay. Now, Mrs. Robinson has a monthly ADC budget of $400, but she has 11 children. She has trouble buying milk or any of the high cost.
The system is not designed for that.
She's got 11 children and she's pregnant. If you look at her stomach,
meats. She's
that would mean good meats rather than.
But I would think it's
yeah, good. Yeah,
dude,
I mean that.
Right? You know what I mean? Like back then, it was probably with the same dude at least.
Shit, how you know that?
I don't know about that.
I mean, you're right, but I never heard or got the impression that because everybody had a lot of kids back then, and some people were, I guess, more united with their couple, maybe, no?
I don't know. It could be probably less, but still, this is like 11 kids. Yeah.
Instead of 5, it's
she
2.
can't possibly work, can she? Too much of a family.
Mm-hmm.
They get breakfast too. Do they like that?
Okay.
Have you made any effort, Mrs. Robinson, to get support from from the father of any of the children?
Oh, they haven't been able to locate him.
He's gone.
Yo,
they haven't been able to locate the father of the children.
The father of 11 kids, he's like, you know what? I'm going.
Sounds like a lie.
Crazy.
Huh.
That's crazy. Hey, but hey, it's get tough, man. And then especially if this bitch nagging you all day.
Thanks. Man.
You got 11 little fucking kids and shit.
Right.
No peace. No peace whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, fuck these kids and dipped on them.
What they say, Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Telling you. Shit.
How long has he been gone?
That's a whole ass
Well, I
brood.
haven't seen my husband now in about 4 years.
How old is this little girl?
She's 8.
Why isn't she in school?
She was sent home yesterday. I had to take her to the clinic.
She was sent home to go to the clinic. Why?
Please, bike.
And so she's been home too.
There's like a 0% chance like that man don't got more kids. In those 4 years,
They are tenements are bad enough.
there's like a 0% chance in those 4 years that man ain't got more kids.
Here's a hot take. Gliders, they take better care of their dogs than some parents do their children.
But do you feel me though, Ike? Like that
they
man,
definitely. They always had multiple families.
Right, because I mean, look, if you got it in you to pop out 11 shorties, and it's been 4 years since you saw him, you know he got at least one.
Oh no, they had multiple families even when they was in the home.
Right.
All this, like I know so many stories of that from older blacks, like from the the baby boomers generation.
Yeah.
Their dads had multiple families in the same city.
Yeah. Burritos
You know what I'm
too back
saying?
then. Yeah, same thing here. Hey, what about the gliders, KB? Do you know? Because on burritos, the same shit back then.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, KB, if the gliders were doing that or nah?
Were they sleeping around and having multiple
No,
families?
having a whole family, like the motherfucker eat dinner and shit, and fucking go to church and shit. Like, but he like the children don't know about each other, but the wives know about each other, and sometimes the wife don't know.
Right. No, I've seen it for sure. I heard about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's very big in the culture, but I'm sure it happens.
It was a thing.
Rare occasion.
I never understood how because I could barely tolerate my girl.
Yeah.
Now the one.
And then the thing about it is like the whole sneaking around like that for all those years.
It's a lot of work.
And then having excuses, but see,
right.
And then remembering the names. Like you got like 6 kids here, you got 8 kids here, you got your wife here, and it's like you gotta have a reason that you don't sleep here.
But
you know, like this night, you gotta have a reason. You can't just not come home. You gotta have a reason.
Yeah,
this is the reason I don't sleep here.
But I feel like back then it must have been more like tolerated, right? Because
also easier just because of privacy and everything.
Private, and even like the woman, right? They were probably more like submissive and accepting of it, right? Because again, as it is for me right now with my girl, right? My girl, she's all right sometimes, but just thinking of dealing with like another girl, it's a lot of work. I like the phone, the cell phone,
and then dealing with them when you're not gonna be around either, like because you gotta be at the other house sometimes,
right?
And and a woman, she gonna be mad as shit about that because it had to have been hell, but you know what? Some men like to have it wasn't like the baby mama culture kind of like helped that because now you could just openly have multiple homes. You know what I mean? Instead of in those days where you had to marry and go to you'll sit in the front pew with your family in church.
Yeah.
At this church, and you got a whole nother family on the other side of town that's going to church on Sunday without you.
Damn. Yeah, heads out to the older generation, man. I don't know how they have so many kids. It's hard, man. It's hard to
Ain't got to do but fuck though. Like here's the thing: ain't no cable TV, ain't no internet, ain't no video games. Ain't nothing to do. Only thing good is busting a nut.
Right? They didn't have like pornography like that back then.
Dirty magazines maybe, but them shits was probably whack. Bitch probably got an afro between her legs. It's like you just gotta you know what I'm saying? You gotta fucking just like
pastime. It's a
bust a
pastime,
nut, man. Yeah, bust a nut.
Man, yo, I would have been stressed out by like the 4th, 5th one. I would have been, and then by the 10th one, I don't know what I would have done, Chief. I would have lost my
Go
fucking
go
mind.
to the store for some milk and never come back.
Go get some milk. I'll be right back.
Yeah, or you just have another family on the other side of town, and that's how you start. Like you go venture off with another girl, and then you end up fucking having a bunch of kids with her.
Man,
Dr. Van Dusen in
Those were the days.
Healthy at All. And Dr. Van Dusen was saying if there's only one more dead rat in the ground. Boy, oh boy. How far is this from the nation's, from our capital?
That can't be more than half a mile.
Half a mile.
Center.
Yeah.
One of the houses, the older child.
You notice that? The poor gal can't take him down to
See the
house.
flea bites?
Yeah.
The little one.
She can't take him down to the house. She's got 11 children.
See, for instance, we've got, this is a part of the model cities area. This is a part of Shaw. This is a part of the Northwest one. And the years and years of neglect.
I used to live in Shaw. Yeah, I knew those houses look familiar. Yeah.
Suddenly somebody comes alive and starts working on it. And this is what you've got to do with your entire city.
Mayor, even if it were only cosmetic, suppose, I mean, would it even be desirable in a morale sense to send a team in to just clean up the debris and kill a lot of rats?
This is done every week. The cosmetic part of it, and it comes back. You can't just do cosmetics. You got to get to the root of the problem. You got to work with the families, and the families have a problem with this, and you've got to get around the cosmetics. This is what everybody wants to do, a cosmetic job. My God, that's what we've been doing years and years. This is what
We're about to have some hearings of our own in the city council, and it would appear at the beginning that there are 100,000 housing units. That's what the mayor really means to say. 100,000 housing units in the city.
Loved ones that are remembering a Racine woman caught in the middle of a shootout overnight.
Wow.
The 30s.
Unbelievable, man. Any final thoughts, guys?
Thanks, Huck.
Yeah, salute to you, Chief.
Same Black time, same Black channel. I'm out of here.